So welcome back to the Wait!
We just went from like a full on like ranting session and then okay.
I don't know what to do. I don't know how to transition smoothly. I cannonball into this thing, okay?
Okay. HOTTAKES. This is our hot takes. Welcome to the Unfinished TBR. How are you? And we're glad you're here.
I'm trying to spell it. Sorry. We're getting sued.
How do our intros just keep getting better and better?
No, we share one brain cell between the three of us. That's how.
That's what it is. We get around each other and we just morph into one person. All right, so welcome back to the Unfinished TBR. I'm Hannah.
I'm Allie.
I'm Casey.
And we are on week whatever. I don't even know anymore. I can't even keep up anymore.
was bound-
We can't count.
It was
yeah.
bound to happen where we could not.
Yes. So
We
if
know
you-
double digits. That's a hard place to count.
Yes,
Right.
Exactly. I've lost, the amount of fingers I need.
Yeah.
And since we share a brain cell between the three of us.
We're not smart enough to put those bad boys
And
together.
it's getting cold,
No.
so we're always wearing closed-toed shoes, so we can't
Yes.
even use our toes.
Yeah.
I can't see those.
I can't see anything. But either way, welcome back. And thanks for sticking with us for as long as you have. It's been at least 3 months now.
At least.
At least 3
I
months.
think we just filmed like 14 or something like that.
But we put gaps in between, so I don't know what this one's going to be.
I don't know.
That's where I'm losing track.
Right.
I don't know.
So, today's episode, as Allie so eloquently put it, is our hot takes. There's some division in the book world with some of this
Yes.
stuff. Everybody's got their own tastes, I guess, which we've
Right.
talked about before. But man, there's questionable ones on that list. Like, I don't understand some of them, but let's get into it.
Okay.
So let's start with the
geez.
lighter stuff.
Okay.
First and foremost, we're gonna have a full episode on this, so I'm not
Yeah.
gonna say too much. But Colleen Hoover does not deserve the hate that she's gotten.
No.
Does not deserve the
There's
hate.
so many other books that are so hopped up.
Yes, that are way worse.
Yeah.
I guess that's true.
Like, again.
Yeah, let's go back
I said
to
it-
one I didn't know. We can just throw this in with it.
Mm-hmm.
Delia Owens, the author of Where the Crawdads Sing.
Okay. Mhm.
Did you know that she has a whole thing about being wanted for questioning about a murder of a poacher in Zimbabwe? I
What?
saw that this morning and was like, I don't have enough time to research this further. But
Research it now.
She is wanted to come in for questioning, not necessarily
Okay.
as a person who did anything.
Could be a witness.
But they were a part of a group that were anti-poacher, which you would think would be a good thing.
Right.
Like, they think they killed some people.
Isn't that poaching?
Poaching of humans. That's just called murder. Now, the AI
she's got a
overview on
point.
Google does say no, Delia Owens has not been accused of killing anyone, because I did just straight up Google that. But in 1995, a suspected poacher was shot and killed during an anti-poaching patrol in Zambia. Sorry, I'm saying the wrong place. Zambia. Owens was part of the patrol, but she has said she had nothing to do with the shooting, was never accused of wrongdoing, that her husband only threw firecrackers out of his plane to scare them, not hurt anyone, and they have denied any wrongdoings or involvement. However, Zambian officials have not closed the case and still want to question Mark and Delia Owens about the incident. Owens' past also includes an unsolved murder, which has been documented in a 2010 New Yorker expose by Jeffrey Goldberg, a 2019 Slate article by Laura Miller.
Wait, so 2 murders.
That
She's
sounds like
being
2.
questioned about 2 murders.
Yeah. Why was that not so controversial when Where the Crawdads Sings was coming out?
How was that not talked about? How was that skimmed over?
I feel like most people don't get questioned about 1 murder in their lifetime, so it's kind of odd.
Why were you
Kind of odd
close
that
enough
you got
to
2.
I have 2 nickels, which isn't very much, but we're
that it happened twice.
Yeah.
But it's weird that it happened twice, right?
When you think about the end of Where the Crawdads Sing,
Yeah. That was my first thought, was like,
the end of Where
interesting. Was this more personal than we realized? Did the research go a little deeper?
was this actually an autobiography?
Did you pull this from real life? How did you get these ideas on how to hide everything?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I mean, I guess I can go with Colleen Hoover. She's not done that many bad things. Like,
No.
okay, she's not that controversial. When you got this just getting like glossed over.
Oh yeah,
Right, and I think like most of the controversy that comes with Colleen Hoover is just like that all her books follow the same timeline, and I'm like, have you read most of the romance
Emily Henry,
novels?
Yeah.
Tessa Bailey,
Yeah.
They're all gonna follow that line.
Sarah J. Maas.
They're always Sarah
They
J.
have
Maas,
a formula,
right?
and that's a good thing for them too.
I need you to read Crescent City next.
I have to get through Tower of Dawn.
I know you do.
How
I'm
many
just
months have
letting you know.
this is like 5 episodes in a row. I'm like still on Tower of Dawn, guys.
I'm just letting you know.
Just commit to a chapter a night, and then you'll be done.
Okay, I can do that.
Yeah,
That's
just
easy
one.
enough.
I can
One
do that.
chapter.
One chapter. One chapter. I can do that. Oh my gosh, I'm making this a challenge.
You got this.
I'm gonna Mike Tyson.
No, not
this.
read November. I had a double negative, so it's read November.
No, not read.
Just cut that. I'm sorry, I exist.
All right, so where were we?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say something else.
Yeah, me too. I was like,
She kept going.
we were waiting with bated breath.
I apologize. So that's
This
my
is-
first hot take.
This is
Colleen
one for the
Hoover.
history books.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so
what-
I have like books. I don't necessarily
Okay.
have like
Overall,
right. I have
Okay.
books.
A couple of mine are more book related as well.
Mine are definitely more just things people say online about books.
Right. I've got a little bit of both. So,
Okay.
Okay.
what's one that you've got?
I did not like The Perfect Marriage or really anything by Geneva Rose.
Ooh, that is a hot take because she's popular.
Yeah, I was not a fan of The Perfect Marriage. It got so hyped up on
I remember that.
TikTok, Pinterest, because I get a lot of my ideas from Pinterest.
Elderly.
Yeah. Lemonade. Sorry, I get a lot of ideas from Lemonade too.
Now I'm old. I don't even know what that one
Yeah,
is.
no.
I know
like a-
TikTok
you can't
recommended it to
TikTok
me.
out.
Pinterest. Yeah. It's like a Pinterest, TikTok, everything, all the above. It was so hard to get through. This was before I was telling you all about this a couple weeks ago. This was before I started DNFing.
Gotcha. So you were
so you would've-
trying and trying to push through.
Yeah, and I literally had to convince myself that I could not start another book until I finished this one. And I was like, the faster you get done with this, the faster you can get into another book.
Yeah.
So just finish it, push through it. And now it's coming out with the sequel. And part of me's like the premise sounds much more interesting than A Perfect Marriage. This one's called The Perfect Divorce.
So it wasn't The Perfect Marriage.
Gotta read
Well, perfect was scratched out.
yeah.
Oh, let me pull that up as I did not read anything. Yeah, it is. Well, would you look at that?
Would you look at that? Yeah, you gotta before you read the synopsis for The Perfect Divorce, you gotta read The Perfect Marriage because you'll be like, what?
Spoilers.
Spoiler.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Geneva Rose just isn't it for me, and I'm so sorry, Geneva, but 1 out of like 500 people who say that you're good, that's not bad.
Yeah.
I'm no hate towards you.
She's read a lot more good books than I have.
Right? Right? She's this I did screenshot just on the collector's edition of The Perfect Marriage. It has 117 reviews averaging 4.5 stars.
Wow.
Wow, so that's a fan favorite.
Yeah.
This is a very hot take.
Yes.
Then. Wow.
Yeah.
What's a hot take for you?
All right, we'll just go with something just not spicy at all. I hate sprayed edges. Quit spraying the side of my book. No, the colors weird me out. I don't like how it looks when I open the book. Now the page is weird.
You gotta crack them. I love cracking them. Whenever you buy a sprayed edge book, it makes
stiff.
It's stiff, and so you get to go like that, and you see the dust fly.
Sticky. That's what that reminds me of.
Yeah.
I'm like, what did you do with this book? I hate them. And this kind of goes along with the other one. I hate the specialty Christmas editions of books.
Now,
I can get behind that. In the same
vein of this is overkill. Okay, so really with the sprayed edges too, one, I don't like them in general. But why am I paying extra for you to just color the side of it?
I guess
that's not the side I'm going to put on a bookshelf.
I guess I could see that.
That's true.
It's the wrong side. At least with the Christmas edition, it's the covers usually, maybe plus the sprayed edge.
I haven't seen very many Christmas edition ones.
Really?
Yeah.
Go to Books A Million right now and just go look at the fine print. What was the other? I think Twisted series might have one out right now. But there's a bunch of the whole covers are just, I don't know. They're
seems
just
strange to
more
me.
classic-y.
Yeah.
Like they're trying to pretend like they're not smut. Who you fooling? We all know what's in this.
Right.
At this point, with how everybody's talked about, everybody knows what's in those books, even if you haven't read them.
I might have some of the titles wrong that were over there, but some of those are it's just unnecessary.
I gotcha.
I don't know. Also, I feel like the sprayed edges, when you don't see them, they're just in my way. I don't know. They just seem to hinder the reading. I don't like them. I want the original copy.
That is a hot take because I love some special editions. There are some good ones. Now the design on the spines, that I can see where that would make more sense. However, if the design on the spine is distinct enough and not just a solid color, or I've seen
don't holiday theme a non-holiday book.
Yes, that doesn't make sense to me.
Fancying up a regular book in its genre style, perfect. That would be great.
Right.
Don't just make me a Christmas one that has cute little trees on the side and you're like, this isn't a Christmas book.
Right.
This book is set in Florida.
Yeah.
In the summer.
Sorry.
So, but Fourth Wing has the sprayed edges that has the dragons,
wyverns,
dragons.
Yeah, I saw.
Is
those.
it dragons?
Yes.
I haven't read Fourth Wing. Don't look
dragons.
at me.
It's dragons.
It's dragons.
You need to read
That was another one I saw. Can't stand it.
Really?
It's so weird.
But I like it because that gives you the option to turn it outside and have the pretty, but you
that?
still know what the book is.
No one else does.
I've seen where some people have started doing it.
Hate that.
I mean, it is weird. I wouldn't personally do it. So
yes. If you do it, I'm not going to tell you no. But I'm not going to buy them if they've sprayed the edges.
Right.
I'm not going to spend the extra $2 on it either.
Yeah. I won't even pay the extra money to get a box set that I already own, the individual books.
Yeah.
And even if they're different sizes and stuff, I won't buy the box set because I already have the full series just in the varying sizes.
Yeah. Now, if a friend were to take it and do something and spray the own edges for you, or be like,
cute.
I thought of a book for you, and then they decorated it because they're crafty that would be adorable.
Yes.
But I'm not this is generic. No, I'm just buying it off the shelf.
Just give me my regular have the same.
Books are so expensive in this economy right now.
Right.
No sprayed edges.
Yeah.
No dust. Why do you like dust?
I like to watch it.
I can just watch it and then I'm instantly sneezing.
I like it.
Watching it makes me sneeze. All right, so another hot take for me. The Blood and Ash series was amazing.
I think my TikTok is just warped, and this has been a conversation waiting to happen on the pod, because I saw all the TikToks that was Blood and Ash is trash. and I think it warped my mind because it was while I was reading it, and I was like,
this is trash.
I see what they're saying, but this is what they were talking. Like they said that like she ran out of ideas for names. They were like, does she even have an editor?
I saw those comments.
Yeah. All this other stuff, like all these, like, which I don't understand why you're going to hate on somebody who's more published than you are.
Right.
But it did get to me. And I read the first
two. Influence you?
Yes. Yes. Also, with Blood and Ash, I did the thing where I go on TikTok to look for fan castings.
No. You make me so mad when you do that.
I know.
Did you spoil it for yourself?
Yes, she did.
No.
I know.
Bad.
I know.
Go sit in the corner.
You literally just had to get through the first book.
I know. I hear you. I'm there with you. Right.
Let's be disappointed together.
No, I do that all the time. And I think I did it with something else too.
I think you did too. That warped your idea of Blood and
Ash. And also Hawk got spoiled for me.
That's sad.
But spicy scenes were spicy. So.
Right? They were so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, people have complained about the writing and the plot. I didn't see anything wrong with either. Mm-hmm. I really didn't. Now, what I will say, because I know those are thick books.
Yeah. I read the first two. I started on the third one and I just couldn't.
They were thick with 3 C's. You know what I'm saying? So maybe it helped that I was listening to it. Maybe.
Yeah.
I just realized there were 7 books in that series.
Well, let me fix that for you. There's a couple
five plus a half a book. Yeah.
Yeah. And she's got another series that is like in the same universe, just like a prequel. It's the Gods story. And that one's good too. I gotta be
with Allie. I don't know. Blood and Ash.
Fantastic. The second one.
A Kingdom of Flesh and Fire.
Okay.
And then I just can't. I can't get to the next one.
Cannot.
It just like it got me too high up here. I feel like we are already almost at a good ending. It should be a 3-book thing.
I don't know.
I've not read the rest, obviously.
I have not either. I have the book, but I forgot to mention this in Smut versus Spice. But the makeout under the tree.
Yes.
Holy. Oh my God.
Yes.
I'm fidgeting just thinking about
it. I'm telling you, I was not kidding when I said they had checked all my boxes in the Blood and Ash series.
Yeah.
Every single one. I loved it.
Yeah.
I might have been at a perfect time in my life because I was looking for a more adult vampire type book. And that one's got vampires and stuff in it. And I think, and maybe it did just time out perfectly for me, plus the fact that it was the audiobook. And I love the series. I've got Katie on it now and she loves it too. So that's another hot take for me. What else you got?
Another book. We've discussed this briefly. House Across the Lake by Riley Sager.
Yes, we talked about that in the spooky episode slightly.
Yes.
That one was disappointing.
I will go ahead and give the overview. Casey Fletcher, a recently widowed actress trying to escape a streak of bad press, has retreated to the peace and quiet of her family's lake house in Vermont. Armed with a pair of binoculars and several bottles of bourbon, she passes the time watching Tom and Catherine Royce, the glamorous couple living in the house across the lake. They make for a good viewing. A tech innovator, Tom is powerful, and a former model, Catherine is gorgeous. One day on the lake, Casey saves Catherine from drowning, and the two strike up a budding friendship. But the more they get to know each other, and the longer Casey watches, it becomes clear that Catherine and Tom's marriage isn't as perfect as it appears. When Catherine suddenly vanishes, Casey immediately suspects Tom of foul play. What she doesn't realize is that there's more to the story than meets the eye, and that shocking secrets can lurk beneath the most placid of surfaces. Packed with sharp characters, psychological suspense, and gasp-worthy plot twists, Riley Sager's The House Across the Lake is the ultimate escapist read. No lake house required. Gasp-worthy plot twist is generous. Sharp characters is untruthful. Psychological suspense. It's psychological something. Torture, maybe. Number 1, unreliable narrator. I'm so over it. Also, Riley Sager is a male. And
what?
And he only writes, well, the only books I've read of his is always from female perspectives. So,
interesting.
Yep. Fun fact.
I don't know if I trust it.
So, if I could turn back time, I would not read that book.
Gotcha.
I was literally looking at a picture of Cher whenever I said Anywho.
All right, so what's another hot take that you've got, Casey?
Okay, have you all seen the new trend of bookshelf planters?
Yeah.
So cute. However, putting a paper object right up against a very moist object, that causes mold, guys.
Yes.
Let's not put plants on our bookshelves that close to the material.
Yes. Make it fake.
Yeah, fake plants, that would be gorgeous. Those little hidey holes that they build and create are adorable.
I love those.
Yeah, but don't put planters in with the books. It's not a good idea unless you just don't like those books. If you're looking for a way to give a reason to throw them away, sure.
Right.
Yeah.
But not with your good books.
Yeah, don't do that.
I didn't even think about that. That's a good one.
Yeah, because it's been all over my For You page. Everybody's like, look how cute these are. Get your plants right next to your books. And I'm like, these are both biodegradable materials that will mold.
Right. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Ooh.
The humidity's not good. No. It's cute in theory.
Right.
Again, fake plants would be great.
Fake plants. I've got a coffee mug that's got a little succulent in it. And the coffee mug has I before E, except when your neighbor,
when your weird sciencey neighbors,
that sentence on it, so it's like book themed and stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't put actual like liquid in it.
No, you shouldn't do that.
I never would have thought about that.
Yeah, no,
I never would have thought about that, and I'm glad you said that.
Yes. All right. So okay. So this one, obviously, I feel like we could make an entire episode out of Sarah J. Maas. Mm-hmm. So I'm not going to go too in depth, but there are some Sarah J. Maas things that I want to talk about in this episode. I want to talk about the big ones. There is...
Holy cow, that's a lot of caps.
Yes, because I'm passionate.
Holy...
There is nothing wrong with Feyre helping her husband take the edge off after a battle. There is nothing wrong with it.
Whoa, are people upset with that?
They are upset with it. Here's what they're upset about. They're upset with the line because it says something like Reese's groans of pleasure filled the tent while the sound of the injured and dying continued outside. Here's the deal.
It is a little weird.
No, that is artistic genius to put the difference between what's going on in the tent, because that's their little bit of solitude. That is their little bit of normalcy with all this crazy stuff that's going on out here. It's genius writing. It really is, because it's a juxtaposition of it's artistic. It is. I love that. I love that line. So I remember actually reading it for the first time, and I was like, man, that's a good line. And then people started hating on it. Right. I'm like, how narrow-minded can you be? If I'm in the middle of a battle, I don't know if I'm going to last the day. If I last the night and I get to come home to my husband, you best believe I'm going to be taking any chance I get to be with him in any capacity. I don't care if we're in the middle of a war. I don't care, because guess what? We both made it out that day alive. And I want to feel alive.
I want to hear Allie's. Her face has just been eating me up.
Personally, I couldn't do it.
Personally, the sound of somebody like right outside the tent being like, my leg, I'd be out of it. I'd be out of it.
Thinking of the SpongeBob fish.
My leg.
hearing 12:01 time of death while you're in the middle of going down on your dude.
No,
I couldn't.
I don't think I could be in that mindset.
But also, it's not as bad as them going over Valeris.
Well,
no, I see nothing wrong with that. That's another one. I see nothing wrong with that.
Seen the memes where it's like the nice people of Valeris just start watching one night. And they're like, oh my God, our great leader. Oh God, put it away. Our leader.
Obviously, he would not have done it in a way that other people could have seen.
how does he know?
You don't think it was a cloudy day?
No.
Be covered.
No.
It just wasn't mentioned.
He seems like an
Also, it's too far away.
We're taking a lot of liberties here.
He seems like an exhibitionist to me. The man can read minds.
In a tent while people are
He
dying.
put a barrier around the tent so
Okay.
nobody else could hear.
Okay.
Okay.
So we wanted to hear people die.
No.
Okay.
Obviously, it's not the first choice to hear people dying, but you want to feel as alive as possible when you live through a day like that. Obviously.
I
wanna
would like
sleep.
to say, although the line itself is a little, you have to
I'm
think of
just
the
joshing
nuance
with you.
with
No,
the
you're not.
situation. Behave, children.
There's too many good one-liners here. I'm not.
I know.
I agree
know.
with you 75% of it.
No,
But I don't think that I could be into it. Sorry, continue.
what were you saying?
In her defense, you have to think about the nuance of the fact this man has been in a war for what? How many hundreds of years? They say
Like 500.
500.
Also-
Every time he does it's gonna have to be during a war. I'm sorry, he can only do this because this is the world around him. And Farrah's constantly been in this fight or flight mode with starvation and the stuff on the other side of the wall.
That's nothing to
So
them.
I feel like this point is just like, this is my life. You
Yes.
just have to do it through. I mean, it's like, do you blame people in starving countries for not having kids? Like, come on, they had to do something. They ain't got TVs.
Right. Exactly.
You're living through it. I mean, now personally, I've lived in nicer times.
Yes.
I would like a little nicer setup, maybe a little less screaming and agony on the other side of the wall. But if these are the options, I mean,
But the what?
I don't know. What are you thinking of? Because I have other
it's
situations in my head.
It's just we have I don't know, do I blame them for doing it? No, it's a fictional book. But am I gonna sit there?
Well, think this way too.
Just the thought of doing that while
This
there's
is-
men howling out in pain.
This is our last day together. They have
Exactly.
assumed they're both gonna die
And
after
that's
this
the
too.
whole point of the line. That is
It's
the whole point
we're
of the
doing
line.
this to just be like, I love you. This is our only moment together.
This
I
could
hope
have been
I see you
us.
out on the other side. You know,
And
or it
in
could have been
that-
us. Yeah.
In that aspect, it is a genius line because it could have been them.
Yeah. Again, I'm with you. Would I
It's
personally
artistic.
be there?
I'm not
Probably
arguing.
not.
I'm just saying the life that I have lived.
I mean, yeah, that too. It's a difference in lifestyle, obviously. Okay. So that's one of the
Spirals.
lines that I personally think it's artistic. I don't think it's oh my God, this is so weird. No, I think it's artistic. And I think it's another
Yeah.
genius line.
It's not like
Personally.
it wasn't like a hot scene. It
Yeah.
was a
Desperate.
love
Yes,
scene.
it was desperate.
Yeah.
It was an appreciation of life with death happening all around.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I had to
I know it. No, I don't blame you. That's what most of the internet is doing. That line is terrible.
It's not horrible.
They're saying that it is.
But whenever you're reading it, you are putting yourself in that situation, and I would not personally be thinking because I know that I've got 2 more books after this. I see the list, and so I'm like, I know I'm not dying tomorrow. And
Well, you got me there.
No.
And so I just hear like time of death, 1:53 in the morning, and I'm like, well, it kind of killed the mood.
No. Okay, so another one that really grinds my bones with the Sarah J. Maas stuff. Nesta and Cassian are mates, okay? Just because he didn't say I love you does not mean he didn't show it. He showed it time and time and time again. He showed up for her.
Right.
My husband is not lovey-dovey. He doesn't always tell me that he loves me, but he shows me.
I would have preferred Nesta to be the one to not say I love you, because I feel like that would have been more typical for both of their characters.
Nah.
Yeah, I agree. It should have been the other way.
Yeah. I would have liked to see that.
No.
I would like to see it. But, hey, Sarah J. Maas, maybe if you'd write faster, we'd get to figure out what you were wanting to do there, because we all know that Sarah J. Maas is amazing at putting a little something in.
I mean, yes, but I think that's too far. I think I think people are overlooking the fact that they actually had a bond that connected. That they felt connect.
Also, hot take, Morgan is not a bad guy.
I don't know. I'm kind of on board for that one. I am. I kind of want to see that.
I go back and forth with her. She can go either way.
Yeah.
Also, y'all are really going to get me on this one.
What is it?
Eris is hot.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Also, Daddy Archeron can get it.
That is a hot take.
Papa Archeron.
Favors dad?
Yeah, he can get it.
That is a hot take.
He could get it.
That's a hot take.
Okay, we're solidifying the daddy issues you have right there.
Daddy's amazing.
We're confused, but they're solidified.
Yeah.
We didn't say you had good choices. I don't understand you.
We're confused, but they're solidified.
They're locked into place and nobody's happy about it.
No, except you, apparently.
Archer.
He came and saved them.
Yeah, last minute after being a pile of crap for so many years.
Yep.
He came and saved
I can
them.
change him. I can hear her now.
And then died.
Good.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Anybody else clap?
But everybody else is on Nesta's side, and Nesta has done so much worse.
I mean, yeah, but
She was a child, at least for part of those.
yeah,
When her decisions were
being forced upon her.
heavily affecting her. She was a child. He was just crap.
Yeah, he was a grown adult. My last hot take was Sarah J. Maas with the ACOTAR series. If they turn it into a TV show, it better be animated.
I won't watch it.
It
I don't think I would
better
either.
be animated.
They're gonna screw it up.
I mean,
can already
they
tell they're
still might
messed it
screw
up.
it up.
You've already done it wrong.
Would you
What's
all
wrong with
ever
you?
go to the Starlight Ball?
100%.
You would?
Yes, I
like
would
where
love
the
that.
actors are there with their
Yes.
fake ears. You would?
Yes.
I
I've
couldn't.
never heard of this.
Oh yeah, they get all dressed up and it's like a
Starlight Ball.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That actually sounds fun.
right.
I couldn't do
But
it.
am I trying to be accurate to any book, or am I just
Some
like
of them do, but
some do.
I would just take
Up
it
for
as an
interpretation?
Yeah.
that would be interesting. That would be
Yes.
fun. Me
Yes.
and Hannah will go. You can judge.
Some
Yes.
guy trying to be Rysand and like, no. No.
I'm not saying your lines are going to work if you try to embody his personality.
Right.
But you can dress up like him. That'd
Yeah.
be fun.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just so cringy to me because I feel like I would like walk in and I'd see somebody with those ears on and I'd be like, we gotta,
No.
we gotta go.
It would be so much
But
fun.
also, I was a mean girl in high school. So
You're a mean girl now.
No.
I'm not.
No.
She's earist. Hating on the ears.
Law. I haven't heard that one.
I do think we should talk about audiobooks because that's really hot
Yes.
online controversially.
Yes. I count it as still reading.
I count it as reading.
You're getting through the book.
If I was blind, no one would tell me I didn't read the book because I did Braille or because I did audiobooks.
Right.
I consumed the same content.
Yes.
I just did it slightly differently.
Yes. It's still reading.
Yeah.
Anybody who disagrees with that, I feel like is just they're wanting to just start something, you know? Like,
Yeah. I mean, I
wanting to
can
be, like, a little bit
physically
above you.
read them with my eyes, but I think it counts in the way of, like, because the people get mad that you counted in your Goodreads. That's really the biggest one, is you count it
Really?
towards your end goal for the year. But, like,
That's the only way I
counts.
can read anymore.
our lives are
really.
so hectic that we're not doing it just because we don't want to actually read a book.
Yeah.
I do it because I have ADHD and I'm going to get distracted. I'm going to clean my house. My kid's going to scream for half of this.
Right.
I'm in the car driving. No one wants me
Yes.
reading a real book while I'm driving. You barely want me driving as is. I mean, I'm not the best at it.
Trying to read while
I
you do
think
that
it
would-
counts. I mean,
Yes.
it's reading.
Yes.
I'm consuming and processing this content. I can discuss it with you in detail.
Yes. Heavy detail.
I mean, if
might
all you're
misspell some of the
discussing
names,
is
but-
grammatical ways people have done things, I think you've missed the point of any book you're reading. If
Yeah.
that's your only takeaway, is I had to see the words.
Yeah.
It was that specific. Now there are times where reading it might be more important, like the picture book you all
Yes,
are reading.
the hidden pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one as an audiobook doesn't make a lot of sense. But I think they count.
Yes.
I mean, I'm not counting when I read Dr. Seuss to my son
Right.
or The Little Engine That Could.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
I could.
You could.
My kid reads at least 50 books a day. I would have numbers on y'all lapping. But like, I think it counts. If that's what
Yes.
gets you to be able to read
Exactly.
a book, do it. You know?
Exactly. The people who say I don't read because I don't have time, I think they could really benefit from audiobooks.
Yes.
Big time.
Yeah.
And it's
I
still
mean,
reading.
It's usually a form of escapism
Yeah.
anyways from
yeah.
reality.
I literally shut my brain off whenever I
Yeah.
read.
So why are you concerned with how somebody is able to relax with this?
Yes. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
No, I'm with
what
you.
do you
And
think? Audiobooks count?
Oh, I think that
Okay,
count.
cool,
It's
cool,
really
cool.
the only way I can read
Exactly.
anymore.
Yeah.
Because, baby.
Yes.
Work.
Yep.
If I really want to dive into work, I turn on an audiobook. So that way I
Yeah.
can just kind of,
You got your background stuff that
Right.
you're doing
Yeah.
and you're getting to listen to this book.
yeah. So I wish I cleaned more, but
I will say the audiobooks help me like with the transition between my son's asleep to I need to be cleaning something because I struggle right there because I'm like, I have to go sit and be quiet for a few minutes while he passes out. So now I'm like, I should just sit here for the entire 2.5 hours. No, but if I put it on an audiobook, I'm like, okay, I can go do things because I'm not changing tasks. This task is still happening.
Right.
I can just add tasks.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. No, I'm with you. That
I
is
can come sit with you and tell you to clean things.
yeah. You just need to tell me that you're coming over and give me like
I'm coming
3
over tomorrow.
hours.
Didn't you know that?
I hope not.
Yeah, you said you were going to cook dinner for us?
Oh God.
Yeah, me and Hannah?
Yeah. That's what I remember. I never turn down free food. I am a Baptist.
Same. I steal from my mother's pantry all the time. Sometimes they're deep freeze. She's got some good steaks in there.
Ooh, nice.
Right?
Nice. All right. So, what's another hot take for you?
For me, The Teacher by Frida McFadden. Listen,
So, is that like a pretty popular book?
it was so popular whenever it first came out. Frida McFadden. Everybody wants her to be a Ruth Ware.
I gotcha.
We can't all be Ruth Ware. Which, by the way, I just finished Ruth Ware's most recent book. Oh, she does it again.
Nice.
Who
Can't
were at
wait
the
to
turn
hear
of the
about
key?
it.
Huh?
Who were at the turn of the key?
Ruth Ware.
There we go. Okay.
Yep.
I was about to say, I'm
Yeah.
on whichever one that side is.
Right. Right. So, again, The Teacher, the plot twist was just, what are you even doing, Frida? I swear, the housemaid was so good. I haven't read the second or third one, but she kind of pulled a Colleen Hoover where she just started releasing book after book after book to where you're like, okay, you're going off of quantity and not quality.
Gotcha.
Let me go ahead and read it. Eve has a good life. She gets up each day, gets a kiss from her husband Nate, and heads off to teach math at the local high school. Last year, Kasem High was rocked by a scandal involving a student-teacher affair, one with one student, Addie, at its center. But Eve knows there is far more to these ugly rumors than meets the eye. Addie can't be trusted. She lies, she hurts people, she destroys lives. At least that's what everyone says. But nobody knows the real Addie. Nobody knows the secrets that could destroy her, and Addie will do anything to keep it quiet.
Ooh.
Student-teacher relationship.
For one thing.
High school student-teacher
already out.
relationship. Yeah.
Chopping block already.
It just... For so many people to be like, this is Frida's best work yet. Really? Yeah.
The bar must have been pretty low.
Ruth Ware does not get the love she deserves. And Frida gets a lot of love that I'm not saying she doesn't deserve.
Maybe slightly overhyped.
Just maybe send some of that love to Ruth Ware because she deserves it.
Right.
Send it on over. Ruth Ware is my girl.
Pay it forward.
Yeah.
Double it and pay it forward.
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody, go buy a Ruth Ware book.
Turn the key. So a couple more that I've got on my list is just because a book has smut does not make it good.
Right.
Amen.
Yep.
Truly, madly, deeply. I went on it was a 22-minute rant. I cut it down to 10 and a half minutes in our September reading debrief. If you want me to upload it as a mini-sode, let me know. I will, because I've got it ready. But it was so overhyped. And then Song of Achilles.
Overhyped.
And it's all because there's this, the love in it. They're like, oh, this is piping hot. Ruthless Rival was the exact same way.
Icebreaker.
Don't you dare.
One of mine was hockey.
Don't you dare.
I'm just saying.
I love a guy with thick
It was
cods.
just smut. It was just smut.
Right.
4-star smut.
Right.
It was
but
just smut. It doesn't make it
didn't
a good book.
book. Yes. I mean, yeah. See? 4-star smut. But if the only good thing about the book is smut, say so. Say so.
Honestly, right now, can only vaguely remember what the plot even was for this whole story.
The Icebreaker?
Yeah. It was mostly just
go into it.
Girl hate guy, guy hate girl, guy girl hook up, they have hate sex, and then they just keep having sex.
But
there's some drama at the end with that roommate that's kind of weird, but you know.
Oh my gosh, we are an Aaron hater.
Yeah.
Not my husband. Sometimes.
Depends on the day.
Yeah.
Depends on the day.
What'd you do this week, man?
Yeah.
I just can't recall much of the plot because it wasn't very pertinent to me in this book. It was just
I remember
smut.
the important parts.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The smut.
I remember the car scene.
Yes.
4-star smut.
If the main thing it's got going for it is the smut, just tell me straight up.
Yeah. That doesn't make it a good book overall.
No. Another one is, okay, so obviously don't judge anybody for what they choose to read. Everybody's kind of got their own niche that they stick in. That's fine. Yeah. But also, I think it's always a good thing to expand a little bit past your niche and just try some. One of my top books that I think of that is not in any of my wheelhouses at all is Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. It was an autobiography by this guy who was in a Holocaust camp. But the way that it differs from any other Holocaust story is he's talking about the psychological side of things and what that treatment does to a person.
Yeah.
I'd love to read that. Oh my gosh, read that.
Man's
I don't know if I could.
Man's Search for Meaning.
Man's Search for Meaning.
Frankl. Viktor Frankl.
Victor.
Yes. Another one that was out of my wheelhouse that ended up being like really good was Scythe by Neil Shusterman. It was sci-fi. Mm-hmm. And oh my gosh.
Educated by Tara Westover. I will I will recommend.
I'm still on the list for that at the library, and I keep pushing it off.
My gosh.
I mean, we've read.
It's a 5-star.
Is it?
Really?
It's I would have to say it's my. We're talking about our top 5 reads in a couple weeks.
That's gonna be on it?
I think that's my favorite one that I've read this
Wow.
year.
Nice.
Oh my god,
Nice.
that one hooks you from the beginning. You stay hooked, and then after you are, it's like your world has been tipped over.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I love it.
So you'd be really mad to know I've delayed my hold for like 6 months.
No, because there's so many ones that I have delayed, and there's so many.
Continuously available.
Law. Yeah, I think that you sticking into your wheelhouse just keeps you too close-minded. If you
True.
just expand just a little bit, broaden your horizons just a little bit, and you might find something. You might find a treasure in there that you wouldn't
That's
have
true.
thought of because you're sticking with these books and the types of books that you know.
Yeah.
So that might be a hot take because, like I said, I'm not judging anybody's reads or anything like that. But expand your mind. Expand a little bit. That's all I'm saying. But what else? What else you got? Because I've got
I'm
my
done.
big one after this.
I'm done.
I've got like my most controversial one that we
Okay.
might have to cut after this.
Oh, everybody's saying that the Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo is like going to be Taylor Swift's story or whatever.
Really?
Yeah, but like that's also a Gaylor theory because you started sneaking
yeah.
into Gaylor territory.
Yeah. See, I've been told that it was more like it was kind of based on Elizabeth.
Taylor.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep. It was like loosely based on her because Elizabeth Taylor,
She went through.
she know how to get around.
But man, she was.
She was gorgeous.
Can you blame any of
No,
those husbands?
absolutely not.
I mean, I love that part where they're like, how do you feel about, being judged for having 7 husbands? And she's like, because they're just husbands. I'm Evelyn Hugo.
Right. Yeah.
No, their names don't come up. It's my name you hear.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the fact that the true love story in it, oh my gosh, it's
I
so
know.
good.
That was a really good one.
So good.
I didn't know if y'all wanted to discuss that or not.
I do like that one.
This guy I just want you all to look up because he's really hot on Book Talk with the sound where it starts playing out Billie Eilish's "I'm the bad guy." And
Yeah.
he goes,
Say
"Say
that
it again.
again.
I liked it."
Is that him?
Yes.
Nice.
I followed him for so long, and I'm like, I need to stop. This is borderline emotional cheating. Oh my god, your voice.
What's the hot take with it?
Oh, nothing. I just want y'all to look him up.
It's a hot
It's hot.
It's just hot. Sorry.
take.
Got a little confused. Okay, it was early.
I just saw the word hot. No, I do agree with your point about the young adult having spice. Absolutely not.
Yeah, no, if you're going to market it young adult, because young adult starts at age 12, and I know it can expand past and anyone can read it.
Right.
But if it's starting at age 12, that is not an appropriate market to be putting spice in.
Right. No.
You need to go ahead and move on to the next category.
Yes.
If you're going to add it in.
Yes.
And if they want to choose at 12 to go reach upward into that, cool. But a lot of kids are not emotionally and mentally ready to just be like, oh, this is marketed for kids. Let me
Exactly.
read this and be like, if
Yes.
12-year-old me had read it, I'd have been scarred
Oh, yeah.
for life. If 15-year-old me had read it, I'd have been scarred for
Yes.
life.
Well, and that's the whole thing with Wattpad is I got a hold of books that I had no business getting a hold of at
Yeah.
that age. Some of them I had no business getting a hold of in general. Like, and there were some questionable ones on there.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's unmonitored. It's so the fact that and they put the tags on themselves.
Yeah.
So if it's tagged for young adult, you don't expect.
No.
You
shouldn't. That just shouldn't
warning
be. You
SA.
shouldn't flag yourself as that if that's going to be in there.
Yes. All right. So this is another episode of the Unfinished TBR. Thanks for sticking with us.
Woo!
We love you.
Quit it.
And as always, just a reminder, we're on TikTok, we're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, the Unfinished TBR. We've got a Gmail account. Email us. We've got the Unfinished TBR at gmail.com. We're on YouTube. We're on Spotify. Get some notifications from us. We're posting new content almost every single day. sometimes
Somewhere.
multiple times a day across all platforms. So come hang out with us. Come join in the discussion. What are your hot takes? How mad are you at us for our hot takes?
We're people pleasers, though. Be nice.
I hate confrontation.
Let us know what you think, but in a nice way, so that we don't cry. All right. We'll see you next week. Have a great week.
Mwah.
Be safe. Mwah.